I'm No Face Rel.
And I'm Shoot the Artist.
Welcome to the Nah Mean Show.
Nah, me. Now listen, y'all. I know y'all missed us. It's been a week or two, but we back and we better, y'all. You see, we got the different scenery. We switching it up. Listen, we bringing y'all some fresh, hot, new content. So stay tuned. Let's get right into it. You know, we got community insights. And recently, we just had the Tulip Fest?
Yeah, that just passed the past 2 days.
Yeah, you know. And on top of that, we got a new Tulip Queen. You know, her name is Olivia Owens. You know, and she's a University of Kentucky graduate. Also, she's an 8th grade teacher in the area. She has a bunch of other accomplishments, you know. So definitely go tune into Olivia Owens, you know, look her up. She just got crowned today is Sunday, Sunday the 14th. So look her up.
Yeah, speaking of Sunday the 14th, shout out to all the wonderful mothers out there, man, you know, and taking care of those kids and putting in that hard work, that hard labor, you know, to make sure, you know, we raise this village that we got, you know. So getting into more of community insight, we seeing that Jay-Z, Hove, he's bringing a casino to New York.
A casino?
Times Square.
Times Square?
Bruh. How you feel about that?
Listen, him bring a casino to Times Square, and that's going to be like one of the first ones, right? There's no casino there. Nah, that's the first one? Okay, yeah, that's groundbreaking. It's history. He's changing the game. And you know how much money? You say he's a billionaire now? This might make him an extra 2-3 billion. Yeah, on the flip side, because it's Times Square, that's right in the middle of Midtown, where billionaires play. Yeah. Manhattan, come on now. And then you got the whole city. You got the Queens, you got Brooklyn, you feel, you got the Bronx, you got all the other boroughs. You know, we here with it. Staten.
For real. So
casino?
So now you got a lot of this lucrative deal. Now you don't gotta go to Atlantic City, you know what I mean? You could catch the train and go play a couple tokens, whatever, and I feel like this is just gonna bring more money, you know, to the city. So shout out to Hove on that.
That's a fact, you know. Also, to add one more thing to that, I hope that they have a lot of security, because I feel like it's gonna also up the crime activity, because people might rob the people that's winning in the casino. It might be people in the casino trying to rob the casino. So be on the lookout, you know. Staying on community insights, you know, we got Tech Valley Shuttle. Now, if you know who Tech Valley Shuttle is, they're a local transportation company that they do various transportation services, you know. But recently, for today, Mother's Day, they said that they're doing free trips to a specific prison. You know, they doing free trips to specific prisons, like women's prisons, for Mother's Day. You know, if you want to go see your mom and she locked up in one of these prisons, go do your research, look up Tech Valley Shuttle, free transportation, Mother's Day. You know, they running all day. If you miss today, hopefully next year, hopefully your mom get out by next year, so you don't have to go next year. But if she don't, hop on the Tech Valley, you know.
Word. So some other insights for the community when we talk about some buses. So I'm seeing that, you know, CDTA is looking to take over, Glenville, I believe.
Glenville?
And they're going to be taking over their transportation system. So it's going to be looking for more, you know, access to get into more places at a reliable public transportation. So shout out to that.
That's a fact.
Cool. But we're going to get into this week's hot topics, man. And we hearing that, you know, with this businesses going on in the world, we seeing a lot of doors is closing. So one that caught my eye was Burger King. So we're looking at Burger King is another one on the countdown. So we're looking at hundreds of stores being closed nationwide. So it's less business, and the reason why they're closing their doors is because of bankruptcy. They're not making enough money. So we seeing that a lot of not even just food. We looking at Bed Bath and Beyond. They closed a lot of their doors. They looking like they about to go out of business. Like I feel like we talked about this all year.
Yeah, we definitely.
It's been a trend, a horrible trend. How you feel about where this is going to lead to?
I mean, from the business perspective, I could see the reason to close down these stores. They're not performing as well. They're not hitting targets. They're not hitting their sales quotas. But I feel like in the long run, if they can really capitalize on this digital era, and really do like all these other companies is doing, they could put certain companies out of business, like Bed Bath & Beyond, for example. If they had like a warehouse where you could just order the stuff and they ship it to you like Amazon, and they start working on the infrastructure, like how Amazon did their stuff. They got the planes, they got the trains, they got the freight trucks, all of that. So if these companies could start utilizing that more, cool. And on the Burger King situation, I feel like they could create their own app like DoorDash and just have one or two central locations throughout the city, and just have drivers just drive and deliver to Burger King. If that's the case, if y'all got close so many stores.
I feel like they already do have like the DoorDash type of situation, but I feel like what's hurting them is just like you seeing that a lot of people are starting to want to eat fresh, eat clean, and it's a percentage that has gone up this past year that a lot of people have converted over to trying the vegan burger. You feel me? The bean patties, and I had one myself, and I'm like, this is a great alternative.
This is it.
You know what I mean? And if it's better for my body, and we seeing that with the beef recall situation where it's I forgot how it got contaminated, but this meat is still being shipped out throughout the country in certain different places, and people is eating that stuff. And I mean, we seeing a couple doors closing, but some of them might be a good choice, like. So
I mean, speaking on the vegan thing, now if Burger King could switch it up and have like literally be the Burger King, have all different types of burgers, like for vegans, pescatarians, vegetarians, all types of burgers, y'all might be able to win.
Yeah, they got the one burger that forgot the name of it on their menu. They got one vegan burger on
it. Yeah, that one is not enough. They gotta switch the whole menu up and just rebrand entirely, because a lot of people don't want that greasy stuff no more. You might still have some people that eat that, but it's getting to the point where before, if you eating a salad, people be like, "Oh, you eating a salad? Why you eating a salad?" Now it's like, "Oh, you eating a burger? Oh, you don't love yourself. Why you eating a burger for?" So as the social impacts go hand in hand with it, we seeing the changes. People want to eat better. People eat better. Yeah, that's it. People eat fresher, healthier. People don't want that sluggish feeling. I ever ate a burger? Yeah, I just felt sluggish. Like, I can't even move. Your stomach start hurting. I feel tired. Nobody want that.
Right.
You feel me? Also, it's we got a growing concern throughout the nation. But specifically in our region of New York, we have aggressive panhandlers. And these panhandlers they have different background stories. Some of them just homeless, some of them are drug users, some of them are convicted ex people from prison or jail or whatever on the street. We don't know what's happening. But it's getting to an alarming rate where local business owners in the downtown area, specifically Pearl Street, they're coming together. Recently this Friday, they just came together. They had a meeting about these aggressive panhandlers, and they was talking to city officials about it, and it's getting to the point where some people have even been attacked because they refused to give them money, So how do you feel about this, Snowflakes?
I just feel like if you're a business owner and you got a shop or something like that, you should enforce it with no trespassing. So if you're not here to come into my business and obviously shop, don't stand outside in front of my business, and now that's when you could have more of the police down there in that area trying to, you know, manage the situation. But I just see it just get out of control. You see them all standing by the highway entrance, and you know, you could be going, you could just woke up that morning, they ask you for $1, $2 here in your face, and making it just real awkward for you. And so, I just feel like just more enforcement uh, would be the key to, you know, helping that, just getting these guys up out of here, you know, because we see that there's a mission down there on Pearl Street.
Yeah,
as
there
well.
is by
So
the ODMV.
So a lot of those panhandlers be coming right from them situations. So I feel like you might have to go start there. You feel me?
Yeah, to the root of the cause,
exactly.
you know, because if that mission wasn't there, it's not the wrong. The mission is just like, maybe I should up the qualifications of people that's there. Because my understanding, I don't know for sure. I think they get funding from the city or the state to house these people in. Mm-hmm. Okay, so up your standards. You just let any old people in there? No. Actually have real people that actually genuinely want to do better.
Yeah.
Not people that just, I have a space to sleep. I'm going to just go out all day and do whatever. No, people that actually want to get their life in order. Good, genuine people.
Not stay there, you know.
You know, yeah, and there should be a limit on how many people, how long you should be able to stay at the mission. You know, like it's really crazy, and I feel like either the business owners should take it into their own hands if city officials don't do anything about it. Either, you know, get a baseball bat, you know, get right, Sandlot, you know, or you could try to talk to them, reason with them, ask them to promote your business, give them some flyers or some business cards while they're out in front of your business, and offer to pay them a small salary or some food or whatever you offer, especially for the food businesses, you know. Try to make it work. Instead of them being outside your businesses talking about, give me some money, they could promote your business. Hey, come shop with so-and-so.
So, this conversation right here, you know, this topic, you know, it might be frowned upon when talking about it. A lot of people don't talk about it because, you know, it's the president. For me, I have never seen or heard of so much corruption, you know, from a president and the president's family. And we just starting to see a lot of things just getting out of control as far as what he's doing, despite him continuing to make a presidential run for 2024. How do you feel about, you know, Mr. Biden, you know,
Sleepy Joe?
Sleepy Joe.
Not Sleepy Joe. Listen, I feel like we really living in the Matrix, assimilation. How did like y'all really be falling for the propaganda that they put in front of y'all? Do y'all remember how y'all felt when Trump was in office? Do you remember how you felt? The Trump years was golden. They was golden. As soon as Biden hit office, oh my God. I can't. I feel like it's the one of the worst presidencies I've experienced.
Yeah.
I'm 27, and I feel like the presidency shouldn't be like this. I feel like the last as much corrupt was like Bill Clinton with the Lewinsky situation, or even Bush.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you feel me?
Yeah,
Biden making Bush look good.
Yeah, and that's crazy. And that's crazy.
Feel me?
Like,
prior to that, Bush was the what you don't want to be. You don't do that.
And we seeing that, like, he can't even put together like a whole sentence, you know, like to make sense, to correlate with the people. He would say something that would just be out of term, and he would just go on, continue on his conversation as if people were supposed to take that in, like, oh, okay, yeah, that was just like crazy.
Yeah, there's no substance to what he's talking about, you know. And how old is he? Like 70, 80 something?
Touch of 80.
You know, so it's like, if you go into his history, you know, I think it was like in the 60s, 70s, when he had that prior case where he was running for Senate, and his opponent was 60 something years old, and he used the argument of age to win the argument.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? So now that people are calling him out for his age, it's crazy how the tables turn, because I don't feel like he's able to run. I really feel like he's a puppet. Like, who's really running Biden?
Yeah.
And Kamala, because I know Kamala a puppet too.
And then you know, and not even just with the age, you know, because you look at situations with like Bernie Sanders. When Bernie Sanders is, and even for Trump, for instance, if whatever they, you know, trying to give to the people, it's easily to comprehend. You feel me? Opposed to Biden, it feels like he's taking you on a trial somewhere to a point like, all right, what just happened there?
Yeah,
You know, like,
it's
and it's
creepy.
like, and for him, he does have this situation of one of them elderly people where it's like, all right, maybe you need to just start chilling out and just enjoying the rest of your life, opposed to like you have other people that are able to still continue to do things, work, So hope things just get better, like with all this situation.
Listen, y'all, Trump is running again in the 2024 elections. Y'all know what to do. Come on now.
Word.
Come on, don't let me influence you. Remember how you felt during the Trump years. We about to start a campaign. Remember Trump. Remember how you felt. You just have a campaign with flowers and happy families, people going to work and like life was good up until 2020, and COVID didn't even make it bad. COVID didn't even make it bad. Biden did. COVID was cool.
Word.
RIP everybody that passed away and got the shot.
Facts. We seeing that little Dirk.
A little Dirk.
Nah, this is different this time.
It's different. Okay.
So he dropped a song with J. Cole, and it had
J. Cole.
Yeah. So he was promoting a positive message, and it's getting a lot of positive feedback. Despite you have YoungBoy, where they was going to be dropping an album on the same day, and you just got YoungBoy just making these diss songs. So he made a diss song, pretty much dissing at Dirk, Lil Yachty, Drake
too,
and I believe like Soulja Boy as well.
And Soulja Boy,
and you just seeing that Lil Durk is pretty much trying to turn a new leaf, and I think that's what the culture needs, not so much just gun talk and violence and
exactly.
About killing out. Let's talk about trying to better our situation, our neighborhoods and stuff like that. And you seeing that you have like guys like YoungBoy that's like gonna go completely the other way. So how you feel about like just the whole hip hop game on how the young guys got it?
Well, I feel like the soul in music is gone. I feel like after like 2002 or 3, the soul in music left. Like it's still some there, but it's not a lot of substance. And just like the way that the music industry has changed, what it was pushing in the 90s versus now, it's like it's blatant on what's going on. It's crazy. Like, remember it was all the backlash for talking about a certain demographic of people, but we call each other niggas all day in the music.
For real.
Right. But that's okay. Like, come on now, it's brainwashing, it's propaganda. It's desensitizing us to think like that, behave like that. So when something crazy happened, we be like, oh shit, it's normal. Shit happens. Just like Paid in Full. He said niggas get shot every day. Be like, nah, that should not be normalized. Yeah, exactly. That should be cool.
Exactly. We only want to see that in a movie. You feel me?
Yeah.
Even though that was based on
real life.
You feel me? So let's just see things. Let's see more artists, promoting that good positivity and spreading a good message around the world, because that's what the culture needs. So I like to see that.
That's a fact. Listen, y'all. It gets crazy, y'all. It's time. It's time, y'all.
That's a fact,
it's
y'all.
It's time for that talk. Economy. Come on now. Listen, we talking about the Fed, aka the Federal Reserve. Now if y'all, what the Fed is, No Face?
Yeah, people had a whole lot of money, or the Federal Reserve, as far as they handle the money situation.
That's a
how
fact.
The economy is worked with the accumulations.
That's a fact. So I'm gonna give y'all some historical facts. I'm gonna give y'all a little history of the Federal Reserve. Then I'm gonna give y'all a couple facts on how it evolved over time since its inception till now. Y'all listen, it gets crazy, But before then, the Fed is a separate entity from the United States. Like I stated in the previous episode, the Fed is a separate entity from the United States government. when we get our money, when banks get their money, they all got to get their money from the Federal Reserve. Now, the Federal Reserve has its main board of members in Washington, D.C. So that's the capital. A lot go down Washington, D.C. The Federal Reserve Board is there. So you might go there, you might accidentally run into one of them if you allow it into one of the special clubs, Also, they got 12 branches spread across the country. So depending on your specific region, there's a Federal Reserve Bank just for your region, But also, they loan us, the American people, money. They print the money. They loan it to us, So when we pay our taxes, we're paying the Federal Reserve back on what they loaned out to us. Just like you pay the bank back, you take a loan out. Well, the banks is taking out loans. States is taking out loans from the banks, and the state has to pay it back. Why do you think they have state income tax? Then they have federal income tax. Fed is just what the Federal Reserve is taxing people. So now that's what the state got to pay plus you. Now you got the state that's taxing you twice. Because the state got to pay the Fed. You got to pay the Fed. Then you got to pay the state. And then the state going to take your money to go pay their Fed bill. You get what I'm saying? So come on now. So you got places like Texas that has no state income tax. So the state itself doesn't tax you. Mind you, state rights play an important role in what's going on in our day-to-day community, So when you have states that are saying no state tax, there's a lot going on. Why do you think Texas is so big? They got their own separate infrastructure due to that, because a lot more people want to come there and do business. They make more money. They keep more money in their pocket, So getting into this, the Federal Reserve was established on December 23rd, 1913, President Woodrow Wilson signed the Federal Reserve Act into law, But he didn't just do this out of any will. He did it after a series of disasters, panics, financial crises, especially the Panic of 1907. Go do your research on what the Panic of 1907 is, and you'll get a little better understanding on what's going on in today's world regarding the Federal Reserve, We also have the Federal Reserve structure now. The Fed was designed to balance the interests of private banks and the public's need for a responsive and stable financial system. So basically when the Fed was created, its main purpose was to solve the problem between the masses, the public, needing a banking system, needed somewhere to put their money, to know it's safe and stuff, keeping it in a mattress where it could rot or rats could get to it, all types of stuff, burying it in the freaking backyard and shit. So, and then they had the private banks, they had the private companies and stuff like that, where they just had their own money. But they just doing all willy-nilly. They need somewhere to put their money. So the Federal Reserve was like, okay, we're gonna help the private citizens, we're gonna help the public citizens, and we're gonna put this together, So yeah. During the Great Depression, the Federal Reserve came under scrutiny for its failure to prevent the banking panics of the early 1930s, The critics of that time argued that the Fed's tight monetary policy at the time contributed to the severity of the economic downturn. Now listen, like I said, the Fed prints our money. So they control how much money is in circulation. So anytime they want to, they can increase the flow or decrease the flow. So during the Great Depression, that's a prime example of when they decreased the flow of money. Some critics or spectators say that the Fed did that as an experiment on the American population to see what they could do, see how much they could turn the country go down, So yeah, go do your research on that as well, cause it gets crazy. The Fed does good, bad, and ugly. They're their own separate entity. Nobody controls them. You could basically say that they're our investor. They invest into America. We owe them. They own us. Also, we got the end of the gold standard in 1971. Now, If y'all remember Nixon, Nixon did a lot in the 70s. CIA, leading up to the 80s epidemic. Listen, Nixon announced that the U.S. will no longer convert dollars to gold at a fixed value, effectively ending the gold standard. This decision has given the Federal Reserve more flexibility in controlling monetary policy. Now listen, before Nixon ended the gold standard, you'll be able to trade in your gold for some cash, and it had equal value. Now, once he took it away, that gave the Fed more control to control your fiat currency. Versus if you had gold, they can't directly control it because you have the equivalent right here, hard gold. What are you talking about? Once they took it away, come on now. And then if you do your research into that, they created some policy or something where you had to turn in your gold or it was illegal or something like that. But they made a lot of people bringing their gold to the point where, like, you see all them trading your gold now shops that just popped up out of nowhere. Yeah, that started back in the 70s to get all the gold out of the community. Come on.
Talk to them.
Then we got this is what we all went through. I don't care what age you are, you went through this. Say the financial crisis of 2008. The Federal Reserve played a crucial role in responding to the 2008 financial crisis. If y'all know what happened, listen, the 2008 crisis basically was the banks was giving out money. The Fed interest rates was so low that banks was like, oh, we can just give out money. We're gonna be able to pay it back anyway. You need a home. They was just giving out mad homes for different bad loans for homes.
Yeah, that backfired.
Come on now, to the point where when the Fed started raising them interest rates, people wasn't able to pay back the money back in time, causing catastrophe. Boom, we got the word, y'all. So the Fed implemented a series of unconventional measures, including near zero interest rates. Like I said, near zero. So it was like 1% on the interest rate. You telling me I take out 100 bands and only got paid back 1%? What's 1% of 100 bands? $1,000. Come on now. Versus 10%, you gotta pay 10 bands. They was hitting them with 30. You gotta pay back 30 bands on that 100 band loan. Come on now.
Facts.
Also they did large scale asset purchases known as quantitative easing to stabilize the financial system and economy. So basically, like we talked about in earlier episodes, when that certain bank brought the other bank in the city, I forgot the names of it, but go look back in the episode. When they brought that bank, that's basically quantitative easing. That bank was going under. They needed somebody to purchase them. The other bank came through and purchased them. Easy. Whoop. Come on now. So basically what the Fed did, they started buying banks to calm it down. But okay, if we own it, we can directly control what's going on. X, Y, blase. So yeah, you had a whole lot of that going on, plus them giving out near zero loans. It got crazy. People was just taking out money. Everybody who knew how to get it, got it. But then when it came to pay the piper,
it's a wrap.
And that's my history. So now we're going to talk about how the Fed evolved over the years, because like I said, when it first started, it was just to handle private banks and private entities and the public's money. That's it. 2, 4, back and forth. That's it. So we have number one. They had the creation of the Federal Open Market Committee. Now that FOMC, the body responsible for setting monetary policy, was established in the Banking Act of 1933, and its current structure was finalized in the Banking Act of 1935. The FOMC conducts open market operations, which involve buying and selling government securities to influence money supply and interest rates. So basically, what the Fed did in 1933, they created this committee, the FOMC, basically to sell U.S. stocks, to sell stock in the Federal Reserve. Mind you, they own the U.S. We gotta get our money from them. So they selling U.S. stock to whoever want to buy it to influence the money supply. When they say influence the money supply, basically they getting people to put money in to come buy something. So when they said selling securities, okay, do your research on what a security is. You know, they got a whole committee, the SEC, Security Exchange Commissions. You know, it's get critical. Go do your research. You know, but they create committees like that to help put the money in and to help influence the interest rates. You know, so depending on how much they sell or how much they buy, the rates might go up or down. Should I stop this?
No, you keep going.
Oh, right. So we got the shift from gold standard to fiat money, you know? So like we just talked about in the 70s, that right there, that gold standard, that was historical. It impacted a lot of people. For hundreds of years, you had people using gold. That was the main currency in some places, you know? So when that happened, it really got crazy. You know, then you have the implementation of monetary policy tools. Over time, the Federal Reserve has developed and utilized various monetary policy skills. These include open market operations, the discount rate, and reserve requirements. More recently, following the 2008 financial crisis, the Fed started using less conventional tools such as quantitative easing and forward guidance. You know, so up until prior to 2008, they didn't even use quantitative easing. That was just something new. They just came up out the air with. They was like, yo, what if we just buy these assets and just offset it? Well, let's see what happens. Because everything else up until that time, conventional methods, ain't work. That's what got them there. So they had to go back to the drawing board, figure a new plan, and get them popping, you know?
Right.
So then you have the transparency and communication, you know? So in the early in the history of the Fed, you know, it was much more secretive about its policy decisions. However, over the past few decades, there has been a significant shift towards greater transparency. Now the Fed regularly publishes minutes from FOMC meetings, and the Fed chair holds press conferences to explain policy decisions and economic outlooks. You know, so basically, when they first started, they were secret. They was a secret society. You feel me? Like, nobody really knew what the Fed was. People thought it was like, oh, it's just another bank. Private banks was like, oh, it's just another money thing. But they didn't let people know what was happening because they don't need to report to nobody. They're a separate entity. They basically their own little country within the country, you know?
Right.
They don't gotta tell nobody nothing. But now, they having whole press conferences. They releasing content from the FOMC meetings now, so people have more awareness of what's going on. They releasing what's about to go down, so people could prepare, or like, oh, let me go sell some stock, let me go buy this or something, or let me go buy a house. Do something with the information versus back then. Use that stuff. Use that stuff. That's it. They changed it. You found out a month later. You wondering why the money funny now? Like, what, they changed it again? What happened? It's crazy. And number 5, you know, we got the financial regulation and supervision. The role of the Federal Reserve in supervising and regulating banks has evolved significantly, particularly in response to financial crises. After the Great Depression, the Fed's regulatory authority expanded under the Banking Act of 1935. Following the 2008 financial crisis, the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act gave the Fed additional authority to regulate large financial institutions to promote financial stability. So basically, after 2008, the Fed just gave mad control and authority, because they basically told the economy, like, we let y'all to your own devices, y'all can't handle it. So now we got to step in and take control. And when the Fed takes control of things, come on now, it's a different ball game versus you an independent bank. When the Fed owns you, it's over. It's over, y'all. But yo, that's my economy talk, you know? Go do your research.
Or so getting into the would you rather. So we're looking at would you rather work in hot or cold condition?
Hot, hot, hot. I can't do the cold. I don't like the cold. I'd rather be hot. Give me a rag with some water. I'll be good. I just throw the water on me. I'm good. I could work.
Word.
That's it.
I'll probably fuck with the hot too, cause I could, I could work with it more. Opposed to the cold, like after a while, after like a half an hour, I done worked in the freezer before in different warehouses, and trust me, you could put a coat on, all that. Like after a while, you like your whole body just stiff up, and you just like, yo, I'm just ready to go home. Like at that point.
Facts. You don't even want to work no more.
Word.
You can't work no more, and it's like with cold, like you said, with the coldness, you can only move around so many times before that don't work no more. They say move around, and you moving, and then it's like you get tired. The cold make you tired fast. That's what they don't tell you. So would you rather? Would you rather be trapped in a cell phone or trapped in a computer? And when I say computer, you could pick like a 97 Windows computer.
Yeah, I'd probably rather be trapped into today's phone. They got the app store, like I'm gonna be in different circuits, different orbits, jumping all around.
Nah, that's a fact. I'm gonna have to pick the phone because I think if I do it right, I could access. Do Windows even exist anymore? It still exists, right? It's like Windows 2023.
Yeah, I know Windows still exists.
Windows 23 now, yeah.
I don't know.
I'll go hop in there. Hop in the Windows phone.
They got rid of Internet Explorer though.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah, I'll be gone. I'll be deleted then. That's a fact.
So my next one is: would you rather have 1,000 people support you when dropping a product or some content, or would you rather have 1,000,000 people talking bad about it when you drop a product or content?
I want the 1,000,000 people talking bad.
Yeah, I think I would want to go for that as well. A million critics, you feel me? That's all that is. A million.
The more people that say they don't like it, more people gonna look and see what they don't like about it. And then if they can find something they don't like about it, and then the crazy part is, what if they don't find nothing they don't like about it? They be like, well, I don't even see how they going crazy for no reason. Like what?
Make that sell.
Versus it's crazy the world we live in. Versus you have that 1,000 people that support you, you might have 1,000,000 haters who won't even share nothing that those 1,000 people do because they don't even want to give you the clout. Versus 1,000,000 critics, okay, cool, yeah, give me that 1,000,000.
Word.
We all set, So, if you was reincarnated, right? Would you rather be an elephant or a grizzly bear?
I probably want to be an elephant because I heard that elephants are very smart, and I feel like just their lifestyle of just living and within their means. It's a little bit easier of a workflow, I say, for them, opposed to a grizzly bear. Gotta be a little bit more savage and more hunting a little bit harder for their food, and it might come into close with the next grizzly bear and might have to fight, whatever. So I might take the elephant.
I'm gonna have to go with the grizzly bear, cause for the most part, you be secluded unless you have a little bear family out there, and you be good. And what I know about bears is that they can eat berries and stuff too, so it's not always savage time. You know, I mean, yeah, might have to kill something, but that's grizzly time. I'm with it. Let's go. You know, and that hibernation. Oh yeah. Facts. You know.
So, for y'all folks out there, we are jumping into lifestyle in depth. You know,
it's that lifestyle, yeah.
So we're gonna be talking about, you know, training, training your emotions and giving you some tactics to work on that. So we're gonna go down the list of all these emotions that people deal with on a daily basis and ways that you can just simply do it. You know, so for number one, we're gonna be talking about when you tired. You know whether you ain't get enough sleep or it's been a long day and you just tired. You know what you need to do? Take a nap. Just take a nap. That's simply
simple.
That's all you need to do. So with number two, we're gonna get down to the gristle. So now when you sad, my best choice to do is listen to some music, and choose the right music, obviously. But if you sad, listen to some good music, some music that you genuinely love, and just listen to that, and you see over time you're not so sad. You feel me?
That's a fact.
So with number three, we talking about when you stressed. So the other day I had a quick moment where I felt a quick bit of stress, and you know what I did? I took a walk. By the time I was at the end of my walk, getting back home, I done ran into a person I knew, had a conversation, and I kind of forgot about what I was stressed about, So go ahead and go for a walk when you stress.
That's a fact.
Now when you angry.
Not when you're angry.
You angry. You want to let it out. You have to let it out. So exercise, pick up some weights, work out, hit a punching bag,
get to it,
push-ups, whatever you gotta do, jumping jacks, go for a run, let it out. You feel me? Because you angry. You gotta release it some way. So with number five, if you feeling burnt out, or you just feeling like you're just feeling down or something, read a book, read a magazine, read an article.
That's it.
Keep it simple if you have to. Read. What's good, buddy? How you feeling, man? Yo, we got Buddy in the back.
Shout out to Buddy in the back.
He chilling. So with number 6, we're gonna be talking about if you feeling lost. If you feeling lost, feeling you ain't got no direction, pray. That's all you need to do. Pray. And ask for some guidance, you feel me? And that would be the best way to do that. Right, buddy? Yeah. See, he agrees. So with number 7, we're gonna be talking about staying. If you anxious about that test you gotta take tomorrow, or if you anxious about this new job or interview you're supposed to get, like, one thing, if you anxious, you gotta meditate.
That's a fact.
And I found out meditating works real good for you. Like, even if it's for like a quick 2 minutes, if you meditate for a quick 2 minutes, you will feel the difference of between how you was feeling from the beginning. So definitely meditate. With number 8, if you overthinking on something and you just not sure and you just keep overthinking it, you need to write. Just write down.
That's a fact.
Write down whatever it is and let it out. Let it out on the canvas, let it out on the paper. Get it done. And with the last one for y'all, number 9. So if you uninspired, this one is my favorite one for you people. This one is my favorite one. If you uninspired, get out. Get outside. You see where we at, y'all.
Come on now.
Get outside.
Outside. You feel me? We're outside.
So this has been my lifestyle in depth for you folks. I appreciate y'all tuning in, for real.
That's a fact.
And you know how we get into it with this week's You Did It to Yourself.
Who did it?
So we gonna call her Miss Zhang,
Miss Zhang?
Miss Zhang. So she's a Asian lady, and it was one of those videos. So we know that the aloe plant it's a good plant for you. It has great benefits on what things it can do for you.
Yeah, lots of healing properties.
Well, she believes so much about this aloe plant that she was like, you know what, I'm gonna show y'all how much I believe the benefits this plant got. So I'm gonna show y'all on display and video record this. I'm gonna live stream this for y'all folks. So she proceeded to take a bite out of the aloe plant, and it was a different type of species, I believe, like American agave, Americana agave was the type of plant that she bit, and
was it an aloe plant?
It was a species of
aloe. Okay.
But what she not realized was that you can't just take a bite out of it just raw, you know, like. And she wound up getting some sores in her mouth, and she wound up not being able to breathe because her throat had swelling up, and she had to go to the hospital. And she realized that she poisoned herself, you know. And when she got to the hospital, they realized that she poisoned herself by doing so. So I want to say, Miss Zhang, you know, you did it to yourself.
You did it to yourself.
Why don't you just go to the store? If you don't want to go to the store, at least process it the right way. Because in the aloe plant, it's a type of pulp that you have to extract from the plant to get the benefits. Not take a bite of the plant. Like
she thought she did it. She did it to herself. You don't do that.
Yeah.
What? It's not a mango.
Word.
Or apple or none of it. It's not even a fruit. Like, what kind of plant is an aloe plant? It's not a vegetable. You don't just bite stuff at
Word.
Like a bird. She was like.
She thought about that real quick. Like, hold up, that was a. Go check that out on. I know it's somewhere on the internet somewhere. Go Google. Lady bites into an aloe plant, poison herself. Go. Y'all gonna see like, oh.
Disgusting.
Yo, I'm No Face Rel.
And I'm Shoot the Artist.
It's the Nah Mean Show.
Nah Mean. Welcome everybody. I'm Shoot the Artist, your favorite abstract artist, y'all. No Face, you know. And as y'all know, this is Painting with Shoot. And today's painting is called Organized Chaos. You know, because I feel like all of our lives are organized chaos. We all go through a lot, but we all are able, well, not all of us, most of us are able to contain it and control it and live our day-to-day lives and not let it affect us, you know? So this is organized chaos, you know? Also, this is one of the paintings in my book I just dropped, Painting with Shoot, the beginning, volume 1, so definitely tune into that, you know? The link is going to be everywhere. The book is fire. We got 10 paintings. Each painting come with a poem, so definitely tune in. Shoot.
Make sure y'all cop up.